What's up guys, Braden here with SuperATV, and today we're going to be showing you how to install this Flip Windshield on this Can-Am Commander. The installation is going to be the same for the Maverick Sport and the Maverick Trail. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our 90-degree bulb seal and we're going to install it to the lower portion of our windshield. So when you're looking at your windshield, the side with the contour to where it's bending in, this is going to be the inside. So you want to make sure that the bulb seal is facing towards the inside. We're going to start right here on this bottom edge. We're going to feed it all the way around until we get to this side here and then cut off the excess. Once you get to this bracket right here, you're going to have to cut your bulb seal and then start it again on the opposite side of the bracket. Once we have it cut, we're just going to continue on with our bulb seal on the opposite side of this bracket. So now that we've got to this point here, we'll just go ahead and cut off our excess. Now we're going to grab our strut mount. You're going to have a left and a right. The best way to determine which one is which is to take it over to the machine, lay it on the cage, and you want to make sure that your hardware is facing towards the rear of the machine. So this would be the driver's side. It would sit on the machine just like this. So this is going to be the driver's side of the windshield. So we know this will line up like this. We're going to take our M6 by 25 millimeter hardware. You're going to have a bunch of M6 hardware in the kit. You're going to grab the M6s that do not have a washer pre-installed on them. So the other M6s will have a sealing washer. You do not want to use these for this application here. So we'll grab our M6 by 25, drop our screw through, line it up with the hole on the lower windshield. And then we're going to grab an M6 nylock nut, come down to the bottom side, get the hardware started. Grab a washer, slide it on the hardware, slide it through the bracket, install the nylock nut. Once we've done this, we'll just go ahead and repeat the same steps for the opposite side. So now we're just going to go ahead and snug this hardware. We're not going to tighten it because we are going to have to make adjustments. I'm just going to snug it up a little bit here. So now we're going to grab our catch support, and our two M6 Allen-headed bolts with our M6 nylock nuts. What we're going to do is install this catch just like so, going through these two cutouts on the lower windshield. So what I like to do is just take my hardware, kind of slip it into the upper portion of the catch. We'll raise the windshield up a little bit, line up the support, slide the hardware through the windshield and into the support. Then we're going to grab one of our M6 nuts, go to the bottom side, get it started. Do the same thing over here on the opposite side. and then we will just kind of snug these up as well. We'll just get it kind of centered, snug them down just so they're not bouncing all over the place. Now we're going to grab the gasket out of the kit and apply it to this edge on our windshield. So then once you get to this point here, you'll just go ahead and cut or seal off. So now what you're gonna do is separate your clamps. It's just gonna have a 4mm Allen headed screw securing the clamp together. Go ahead and remove them. Set these aside. We're gonna grab our windshield and head over to the machine. So we're just gonna take our windshield, lay it onto the machine, like so. Make sure that your clamps slide down. They're gonna ride in the channel right here on the inner portion of the cage. And make sure your bracket, the center bracket here, slides down in between the hood and the dash. So now we're gonna grab the other portion of our clamps and go ahead and secure them around the inside portion of the cage. Just slide our clamp up here with our hardware. We're just gonna loosely get these in here. We just wanna make sure that we can adjust them around if need be. Just repeat the same steps over here on the opposite side. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our upper portion of our windshield here, remove both sides of protective film. Then we're going to grab our brackets. You're going to have a left and a right. So on the bracket, what you want is these two holes. You want the two holes to line up with the two holes on the windshield, and you also want the tab here to be facing up towards the upper portion, towards your clamp. So it should line up just like this. This is going to be the driver's side. Opposite will be the passenger. Same principle applies though. You want to make sure that the flat section and the open side of it is facing towards the outside, and this tab is above the two holes here. So we're going to get into the hardware kit. We're going to grab our M6 by 25mm Allens that already have the pre-installed sealing washer. You're going to make sure the sealing washer is coming from the outside of the windshield to the inside. So this will be the inside here that we're working on right now. Just go ahead and get your M6 nylock nut started. And once you have all of these installed, you can fully tighten them down. There is no adjustments on this bracket. And you'll just do this for both sides. Then just repeat the same exact steps for the opposite side. Now we're just going to go ahead and separate the clamps. Just remove the hardware all the way out. So while we're already over here at the machine, what we're going to do is grab our foam that's provided in the kit and go up here to this top edge of the inner channel of the cage and just run this foam all the way down to the bottom. So right here around my clamp, what I'm going to do is just kind of leave the backing on my foam, determine what length I need it to be. It'll be just like this. Once I have the correct length, what I'm going to do is just go ahead, peel my foam off. I'll leave my backing on. That way I can still make adjustments with my clamp. Once it's all set and ready to go, we'll just peel this backing off of our foam and stick it down permanently. Now we're gonna install the upper portion of the windshield. Just gonna take it. Lay it right onto the lower. What I'm going to do here is remove the portion of the clamp. That way this windshield will sit down into the channel of the cage. So we just remove the hardware. It'll be loose or just started into the clamp from SuperATV. So now we're going to grab the last bit of hardware we have, make sure it is an M6 with the sealing washer on it. I'm going to slide it through the upper portion of the windshield here, line it up with the hole in the cage, and then put an M6 nylock nut on the bottom side. I'm just going to the opposite side and repeat the same steps. So once we have the hardware started, I'm going to go ahead and reattach my clamp. So we'll just slide right up into position here. So now we're just going to install our hardware into our clamp. Just get it started. So now what you want to do is pick up on your windshield and get it to seam up with the lower portion just like this. So it should sit pretty much at the top of the adjustment here. Once you have it at that point, just go ahead and fully tighten down the hardware. Now you want to get your lower windshield in position and then tighten your clamps. Now you're going to hook your gas strut up. You're going to grab the provided 8mm hardware out of the kit. It's going to be a 12mm wrench and a 13mm socket to fully tighten it. Now we're going to grab the handle support, and our M6 hardware. Line the handle support up just like so. Take one of the provided nylock nuts. Get it started. Grab the other piece of hardware, do the same thing over here. And there's quite a bit of adjustment in this as well as the catch. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and close the windshield and figure out where we need to set our handle as well as our catch. Once we've made our adjustments, we'll go ahead and fully tighten the hardware. Now you just want to make sure that your handle locks into the catch. So once you've got it to where the windshield's all adjusted, just open it up. Remember our foam down here. Go ahead and peel the backing. Get it laid into position. If you need to tear off additional excess, go ahead and do so. Just make sure it lays just like that. So now you're going to do is go through, fully tighten all your hardware, and make any other necessary adjustments you may have, and that's all there is to it to install SuperATV's Flip Windshield on this Can-Am Commander. Be sure to check the description below to pick yours up today, and while you're there, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.